To the top left of the map, we have the Complexity player. Played a pretty good match so far. He was able to take a win against Terminator. After that, he lost to MC. Now he's up against the third Protoss player in this group. And Ohana is a map where Hard really plays a lot of one base all-ins, tries to go for this aggressive Terran style. His opponent to the bottom right is the player for MVP. His ideas.
MVP finale. Plays similarly to his teammate Tails. Has improved quite a bit. He actually got a seed into the Code A and was able to make it to the Up&Downs. Wants to get that Code S spot.
And you know what's a little bit funny is that Finale has defeated both Terran players that he faced, and he actually played against Sparta on exactly this map.
Yes.
You can, I mean, it's a given right now. I mean, seriously, if you think about it, this is probably the map that Finale trained the most. He's meeting two Protoss players on this map, so he probably just spent most of his practice time preparing for two Terran players.
Right.
He spent most of his practice time to prepare for a Terran on this map.
Very true. You can see his win rate versus Terran is not quite as good as Hearts. Well, those stats are not really a massive amount of games played, as both these players are fairly new to the GSL. He does not get any scouting information about what Hart is doing, and Hart is, again, going for a more macro-oriented style. He's not going for one-base play, and this is pretty cool. You know, I think that Hart gets a lot of people say, you know, negative sentiments about him because he's killed so many good players with one-base all-ins, but at the same time, he doesn't always do it. He hasn't done it at all, even a little bit today. I mean, yeah, he was aggressive. In his other games, he did two-base attacks where he decided not to take a third base, but he is at least playing a safe standard game where he gets his command center, he hides it in the main base again.
Now that he does get his command center, I want to see if he's going for exactly the same build that he used in the last two games.
I think he probably will. You know, this map is actually really similar to Entomb Valley and how it plays out with a third base.
And on this map, he has the option to take the rocks down and attack from two different angles. One of the things that is really strong on this map for Terrans is also the drop play, which is one of the reasons why a lot of Protoss players build the pylons to the right side of the map. Not only in the main base at the top right, but also just at the expanding location that you have to the north of your main base. So right now, I'm really a little bit curious if Hart is going to play the same style, and he's not. He's going for the second command center already. So he's changing things up here, and I really, really like it.
Yeah, and he's got them spread so well. The thing is, if he wants to, he could take the third base to the top left as well. That would really trick him.
Marine King actually mentioned once that he personally thinks that the 4 Marauder drop on Ohana is a bit too strong in his opinion.
Yeah, it's really strong.
If you get that in at the right side of the map into the main base, you can take down so many harvesters if you micro well. Oh, Finale!
He's going for a 4-gate cancel. But it's not going to be very effective against this bunker. Maybe he won't cancel after all. He has the ability to keep the Nexus. I don't think he's going to, though, because he hasn't taken a second gas.
Earlier in the game that he played first against Happy, he went for a 6-gate attack.
The probe is seen, and Hart, he clicked on his Marine, but he didn't chase. And the Nexus will be canceled.
And
well, he keeps selecting it. I guess he's going to keep it after all.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't hit a normal 4-gate timing with this, so
still, with the early expansion that we see for Hart, this is going to be pretty strong. Also, he gets the Tech Lab right now, so he can't produce additional Marines.
If the Marines get caught... Oh, he salvaged the bunker?
Oh, shit.
He salvaged the bunker?
Oh,
he's going to die? Giving Hart a
my
taste
God.
of some of his own medicine here. It looks like the bunker is restarted, but guess what? That's never going to happen, and this game is over.
Hart is having a heart attack here.
Yeah.
This game has to be GG. He loses too much. He needs to pay attention, of course, to the Stalkers. Without Micro, he can't win it. But right now, there is just so much death in the main base of Hart. SCVs and Marines are dying. The second wave of Stalkers comes in as well. Hart salvaged the bunker, went for this build with a double command center. And yeah, now he's just falling apart. He is down to 15 SCVs.
there has been a total of 30 minerals mined at the second Nexus. GG. He basically could have done a Nexus cancel. He didn't even mine from it, but that attack was pretty fast. Fast and furious, if you will.
And Finale takes the 3-0 in the group.
Yep. His next game may be the grand finale where he 4-0s if he continues playing like he is so far today.
I would say right now, Finale's Pros vs. Terran is pretty good.
Yep.
At this point, he won against Happy, he won against Sparta, and he won against Hart. We're going to find out how good his PvP is in the next few games. But so far, Finale looking really, really strong here.
We've had some really aggressive strategies from players today, from both Protosses and Terrans. We have not really seen a late game yet. I mean, we saw that MC game. That was kind of late game, quote-unquote, that PvP we just watched, where MC was taken out by Terminator, where both players had that Colossus battle, but we haven't had a big macro game so far today, and everyone seems to be focused on aggression rather than the late game. So I wonder what's going to happen in these TVTs, because we haven't seen a TVT yet, and I think, are we going to have our first one right now? Yeah, Happy versus Sparta.
Happy versus Sparta. Happy is looking at a 1-1 score right now, whereas Sparta, on the other hand, he lost every single match that he played, so therefore he's on 0-2. If Sparta loses now, it's over for him. Yeah, Sparta would be out. Happy, on the other hand, if he wins here, is a chance. All the other players, if you have one game won so far, you still have chances of advancing. And, well, the next set of matches, that is when things are really getting very interesting. Then we might actually see if Finale already gets his ticket to Code S. If he takes down the Terminator, then Finale would be in Code S already with a 4-0 score in the group, not dropping a single match.
We haven't had any 4-0s this week, if I'm not mistaken, yet.
This week, we actually didn't have a single player who really dominated his group so that we knew early on he would advance. Every single player so far, every single group was really close, and most of the time we went down to the last match.
Yeah, we've had some really awesome close groups. And today is, if we have Finale win that next match, going to be an exception, but it's not over yet. The map for Happy vs. Sparta is going to be Cloud Kingdom, if you guys didn't know. And so this is our first TVT, and this TVT is going to be an interesting one, I feel, because, like you said, there's a lot of Pros players you want to prepare for, and with a list of matches, the way the group gets formed is, if you're a Terran player, going to be mostly decided by Terran versus Protosses, so you might want to focus on that matchup way more than your TVT, even though there's an even number of Terrans and Protosses. You're one of those Terrans, so you have 3 Protoss opponents and 2 Terran opponents as well. So I wonder, I mean, we've seen a bunch of aggressive strategies already from these players, but maybe even more so we might see that in TVT.
It actually surprises me a little bit that the Terran players are doing not well at all against Protoss, because as you already said, if you're in a group, if you're in this group and you're a Terran player, you will play a lot more matches against Protoss that you're going to play against Terran. So I would have thought that they prepared different strategies for these games. So far, the Protoss players are doing really, really well here. Sparta now to the right, up against Happy in the Terran versus Terran match that we're going to see on Cloud Kingdom. Sparta without a single map win today. Happy, on the other hand, he won against Terminator earlier, but then he lost, and he lost to Finale, of course. Every Terran player did. Well, the game is about to start, and we are finding out if Sparta still has a chance of hoping for a tie situation or not. Game is about to start on Cloud Kingdom. You have the GSL Up and Downs with Carl and Wolf.